It's a steaming hot pile. I got to tell you, I
What?
I am not into this game at all. It
What?
is
Oh my god.
it is tedious and fastidious, and it's all based on luck.
Time for Play Shelf Trade, hosted by Daniel Connors.
That's right. In this round, I'm going to propose 3 games. Each of us must say which game we would like to play right this moment, which one we're going to put on the shelf to play later, and which one we're going to trade, releasing it from our collection. And since we just entered football season that some people care about, I don't know who. I think it's a minority of Americans who really care.
Daniel's finally getting booze, but somebody besides me. That's pretty nice.
I thought that was your walk-in music.
I know, right?
So, so today we're going to stick with the theme of what's going on in America right now, and that is football, football, football. So here is our 3 games that we are going to announce. First game is Blood Bowl. That's right. The Miniatures Games Workshop game, Blood Bowl. The other one is the predecessor to Baseball Highlights, but Football Highlights. Football Highlights 2056, maybe? I don't know, but Football Highlights. And then the last one is First and Roll. You might have heard of First and Goal. That is not what we're doing. We're doing the roll and write version of First and Roll. So there we go. So let's start with John, right?
Yes.
Give us your go.
Start with me. All right. So I play a lot of football games with my kids. I don't play these a lot, but I play a lot of football games with one of my children, actually, who's a complete football geek. So we play a lot of NFL Rush Zone and stuff like that, and electric football. And we play whatever that battle ball is, the old time football game. But I have played a couple of these. And
I don't see Battle Ball on the list here, but that's fine. You're good.
Yes. Well, Battle Ball is not one of them.
Okay.
But one of them I have played is First and Roll. Got it right here. And you might remember Old Man Chris mentioned this insert when I was doing my rant on inserts some time ago. Yes. Yeah, that's quite the insert.
In the box, though. You got to show it in the box.
That's quite the insert.
Wow.
Two little holes there to hold it. It works. It holds everything in there. That's great. But I'd heard a lot of good things about First and Roll before we played it, and so we finally sat down and played it, and it's a steaming hot pile. I got to tell you, I am not into this game at all.
What?
It is.
Oh my god!
It is tedious and fastidious, and it's all based on luck. And it's no thanks. I've got quick luck football games I can play with them that have some drama instead of just you rolled that. And so no thanks. That's gonna be my dumpster fire, get rid of, trade it, because people apparently like it. So I could probably I actually got it free in a trade. I actually traded for it, and I forgot it was even included in one of the other games. Now I see why. I've got a minute and a half left. And so that's my get rid of, trade, whatever you want to call it. But the other two are a little tougher. I've played the Football Highlights, and Football Highlights is actually a decent game. I just don't know that it's a decent football game. Andy, you've seen the new Top Gun movie, correct?
I have.
Do they play
just like everyone in America except for you 3?
Well, yeah, but didn't they play something in there called Dogfight Football?
They did. They played where both offenses and both defenses were on the field at the same time.
Isn't that called rugby?
No, that's not.
Okay,
so that's basically what Football Highlights is like, because you're both on offense and defense at the same time. Literally, you're like, boom, here's my offense, here's defense, offense, defense. You're going back and forth that way. And the replayability is better because there's all a lot of teams with it and everything, that plays quick. So that's probably going to be my shelf, because I wasn't too disappointed with it. Just my son didn't like it that much, so I got rid of it. So my play by default is going to be, Daniel's going to be shocked with this, is Blood Bowl, because I don't know how many times I've said I'm not playing Blood Bowl. So I would like to try it because the minis look cool. I would like to at least try it once. So play Blood Bowl, shelf Football Highlights, get rid of First and Roll.
You heard it here. He's playing Blood Bowl. Tune in to episode 10 when he tells us his thoughts on Blood Bowl. I will tell you right now, John, when Philip watches this, he's literally going to do backflips.
Oh yeah,
for real.
I don't know how many times he's asked me to play it.
All right, Chris, what about you?
Oh man. All right. So I mean, if you were watching my screen, you probably saw my reactions to everything. So like, and like I've talked before, yes, I love First and Roll and I love Blood Bowl. And so mine's actually gonna be pretty quick. So my play at this moment is gonna be Blood Bowl because I haven't played it in a while. Daniel and I were in like a little league. We kind of workshopped the rules quite a bit and kind of did a homebrew thing. It was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed. We kind of let it kind of die a little bit, but we really enjoy it. And Philip's part of it, and so is Randy and stuff like that. So, but we haven't played in a while. I love that game. I was the one that like evangelized that game to our play group. I've been playing it since like college off and on. So actually before that even I actually played it for the first one. I was like 15, but regardless. So gonna go with that as play because I just haven't done it in a while. And then First and Roll is gonna be my shelf because that game, John's just crazy. Like it's fantastic. It's it is simple. It's rolling the run die, the mid yard play or the long pass, right? And it's fun, but like you're having to like outthink your opponent. The opponent's like, if they pick the right die, then they get to like minimize how much you do and stuff. And it's just, I don't know. They got rules for long bombs and punt blocks and interceptions and everything. It's just very, very tight. And yes, it's super luck. You're rolling dice, but like it's the best feeling football game I've ever played. So John doesn't know what he's talking about. That's just simple. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. That game is fantastic. And then football highlights. I haven't even played the game. I don't have anything against it. I actually love baseball highlights. Love baseball highlights. But that's part of the reason of why I don't need to play this. Like I have not heard anyone say this is like I don't need to play baseball highlights anymore. Football highlights is so much better. I never need to play it again. I've not heard that from anyone. I've heard it's like a kind of a different game, and I've always got it's all right response from everyone. So because of that, and how much I love baseball highlights, gonna go ahead and trade that football highlights. What about you, Andy?
I love that Andy got, for the first time all show, he got that timer correct.
He did get it right.
Well, you guys are throwing me off because the segment, they were 1 minute. Now they're 2 minutes. I'm so confused.
Nobody cares. Okay. Chris, great thing about First and Roll is those random turnovers, buddy. Well, it's my turn. My clock is running. Well, stop it. This is response to Chris time.
No, that'll come later. Yes. So you want to know what I want to think about these games and football games, right?
Yes.
I want to play football. That's what I want to do. I'd rather play actual football or watch actual football. Why would I want to play any of these games? There's no football game, board game theme that's good. These are all going to be traded. Okay, that's it. No, if you held a gun to my head, I would play football highlights. I have played that and enjoyed it, and it wasn't bad. But again, Blood Bowl. No, I'm sorry. They've been trying for years to get me to play, and you know what? It's too much. It's like you have to invest 4 hours in that. That's longer than an NFL game lasts. I would rather go watch an NFL game. I'd rather go throw the ball with my son. So no, I'm getting rid of Blood Bowl, and then First and Roll. Whatever. I'll put it on the shelf and try it out. Sounds interesting, especially if John doesn't like it.
Yeah, I was gonna say the random turnovers when you're on the 2-yard line. Those are really fun.
Yeah, I was going to say back to content that people care about. John, your response to what you were saying. Yeah, I mean, yes, it is random, but that's how football feels, right? Like all the time people fumble the ball and it makes no sense. It's like, how did you fumble on that play? All you had to do was hold the ball. All you had to do was hold the ball when you fumbled. That happens all the time, and it drives us crazy. So, and then interceptions, right? You get a tip pass, lands in someone's hands. It's random as well. It's random as well. So I don't know. I think it's great.
Let me tell you one way one of these other cheesy games does it.
Do I get a turn?
Oh, my bad.
This is what they sent me as a season ticket holder for the Chiefs.
I was going to ask you if you got that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Cool? Yeah.
Nice. All right.
So, I forgot you.
All right. Time to move on.
No. All right. So, actually, I'm going to say I'm going to trade First and Roll because I had no desire to play that game. But after hearing Chris's fervor for it, which I always knew he had, and Randy's for that matter, and then John's disdain for it, I'm like, okay, I actually do want to play this game now.
Well, and also, Daniel, I almost brought it up when I was talking about it, but I just kind of moved on. Like, it should be your ultimate game because it's nothing but outthinking your opponent. Like, when you're on defense, you're only trying to think, okay, what are they going to do?
Okay.
Right? And then the offense is like, well, what should I do? What would I normally do now? The defense is going to think that, so I'm going to do something different. Yeah. Like, it's all outthinking your opponent right up your alley.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Well, there you go. I might actually play it, but for this, for the for the context of the rules, I'm gonna pick trade, and then I'm going to put football highlights as play because I haven't played it yet. I really love football or baseball highlights, one of my favorite games. And I know the game is different, but I really want to experience that what that designer has come up with. I really have liked what he has done in the past, so this one really intrigues me. And I really wanted to play it, but it came out like right before COVID. So I know, or during COVID. So I know during a lot of people who had it, we just never got around to playing it. So it definitely is on my playlist. Though I think Randy has it. So we do need to get together and play that soon. And then my shelf is going to be Blood Bowl. I really love Blood Bowl. It could be a top 10 game for me. But it's best in a season. And I just don't have the heart for a season anymore. It's time consuming. It is it's very rewarding, but very time consuming. And I'm doing too much other stuff right now. So I just can't do it, but it is going to firmly be on my shelf. And when my kids are old enough to play, we're going to rock it and it's going to be awesome. So there's my play shelf trade. All right. Well, guys, let us know what you think of your play shelf trade. Which one do you want to get rid of? Which one do you want to play? And which one do you want to shelf?
By the way,
Yep.
What?
I wanted to give you guys a point of reference because I'm the guy who I fact check around here. You said you mentioned the designer of baseball highlights. That would be the one and the only Mike Fitzgerald,
Correct.
and that was published by Eagle Griffin Games. I actually had the chance to sit down with Mike Fitzgerald once and pitch a game that I'm working on potentially.
Oh,
that was years ago, but it may come to fruition at some point. Go ahead, Daniel. Sorry.
What's your game? Are you going to tell us? Are you afraid
Nope.
somebody's going to steal your idea?
They might steal my idea. It's just like the popsicle thing. Have we talked about the popsicle thing on here?
No, we
have
didn't
not.
because you threw a fit.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
I
So
was
the
literally about
other
to
day
say,
we're
is it a game
talking.
about managing
Can we
a popsicle
get
stand?
back on topic?
No, I want to tell them about my popsicle idea.
Right.
They have ice cream stores. They have shaved ice places. Why not a popsicle store?
Because it's stupid.
You could have all kinds of flavors and shapes, and the overhead would be so low.
That's why people wouldn't buy one.
The only reason I'm talking about it now is because my wife said it was
I
stupid.
can
So
make it at home.
Okay, but to that, John, like there's like, shoes, right? You can buy a pair of shoes at Walmart and people are like, oh, well, those are trash. But those Jordans that cost $300, somehow they're better shoes. It's all perception.
Are we still talking about popsicles?
No,
Yes.
we're not.
That's what I'm saying.
Chris,
Like he says, nobody wants popsicles because they're so low overhead. And I'm like, it's all about perception.
Chris thinks Air Jordans taste better than Great Value shoes
Well, then you're actually okay.
or
yeah.
Sam's Choice.
It's probably time to move along. Though.
I should have known Chris wouldn't get it back on track. Anyway,
Hey, you know what? We're going to take a break.
No, we're not. I'm going to say something first. Chris,
Okay.
just talking about the turnovers in first and roll.
Oh, we're going way back. Come on. You can't do that.
I'm talking about what we're supposed to talk
We're
about.
taking a Daniel turn. We're going back 4 turns.
That's
Just
right.
to show you the right way to
Previously
do
on
it.
Around the Board.
when we played NFL Rush Zone, you're rolling dice on defense. Ooh, and you got 2 6s. If you roll another 6, it's a 60-yard interception for a touchdown. The other guy rolls his dice, and then there's drama to it. You don't know if you're going to get it or not, but you know it's a possibility instead of just randomly, oh, hey, a turnover. How about that? That's what's wrong with it. You're doing all this stuff, and it's just random turnover. Nothing you do about it. No anticipation.
But
no
isn't
drama.
it random to roll boxcars too?
It is, but you know it could come. You know it could happen.
I know there
There's
could be a
possibility
penalty.
for it
That's how I'm feeling.
no
right now,
drama.
by the way.
in first and goal.
Okay.
All right.
If you enjoyed what you just watched, click on the embedded video for the rest of the episode.